Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all had a great weekend. My day is going absolutely magnificent. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of New Jersey by way of Newark. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of New Jersey. Everybody outside the great city of Newark. And now before I start the story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And as you all may know, today is what? Yes, today is Messy Monday. And this story has hot ass mess written all over it. Now, before I start this story, you all, I want to make one thing clear. I'm not up here trying to blame nobody. I'm not going to blame the boyfriend, Jaleel Allen. And I'm not going to blame the mom, Tierra Christie. I'm going to let you all formulate your own opinions and come up with your own decision of who is lying and who is telling the truth. Because this story has so many loopholes in it that you can slip through one of. Now, it all came out just about a week and a half ago on Facebook, of course, like most things always come out on, where we had a mom who accused her boyfriend, Jaleel Allen, of trying to mess with her 10-year-old daughter. And a 10-year-old daughter, we're not going to say her name, but at the same time, this story really is going to baffle you as I lay it all down. Now, the mom recently took to social media, Facebook that is, and accused Jaleel Allen of sending her daughter illicit text messages, as you all see. Now, I don't know what would make a man do that, but at the same time, everything is not always what it seems. And now, family, you would think if somebody trying to mess with your daughter, which happened to be a grown man, you would do what? You would immediately go to the police. But that's not what happened in this case. Now, let me ask you all this before I break this down a little bit more. What would you do if you happen to look inside your daughter's phone and you see text messages from your boyfriend to her trying to have oral sex with your daughter and also trying to get into bed with your daughter? What would you do? Would you go to social media or would you immediately go to the police? Now, me personally, I know if I was to see that, number one, I might go whoop some ass, but I'm going straight to the police. But guess what, though, family? Tierra Christie did not do that. Now, you would think if you got somebody dead to the right and you got text messages and you are not lying and you're standing on business, you're telling the truth, what's the main thing you would do? You would immediately go to the police department and not social media. But Tierra Christie went straight to social media and aired Jaleel Allen out. And the story also goes that this is not Tierra Christie's first time airing somebody out on social media. She has a history of doing this. And once again, we're not accusing nobody. We're just setting up a pattern here. Now, as you all see these screenshots are from Tierra Christie, baby daddy. And as you all see, she was airing her baby daddy out. Her baby daddy was basically asking her for some money, like $40, and also asking other people for $20. And she politely took all those screenshots of him asking other people for money, put all her baby daddy, and the baby daddy go by the name of Sean Cavalli, on Facebook for the world to see. And Sean, if you ain't got $20 or $40, shame on you. But at the same time, she has a history of trying to expose men. But let's get back to the main topic at hand. Now, she took to social media and she made this post. And we're going to read this post. We're not going to be long on this story because, you know, it still baffles me because I don't understand why in the hell didn't the police get involved from the damn jump if we tell the truth. But anyway, this is what Tierra Christie has to say, as you all see. She says, I was with this N-word for 5 years and he'd been around my daughter since she was 5 years old. I can't believe that he would all of a sudden take a sexual interest in my daughter. It disgusts me that she came to me crying about how he doesn't talk to her like she's a kid anymore. He's been trying to get her to be an adult and do sexual things with her because she is older now. Ma'am, she is only 10 years old. So let's pause right there. Let's put on our thinking caps, family, now. If Jaleel Allen been around your daughter for 5 years and nothing ever happened before, why all of a sudden it started happening now? Think about that also. And that's a key word right there. We'll get back to that part later on in the video. But as you all see, Tierra Christie goes on to say that this type of betrayal from him I would never understand or forgive. And the disgusting ass family that stands by him and calls my child a liar can all go to hell with him. Can all get hands and feet about my daughter. At the end of the day, he violated a little girl who literally just turned 10 last month in February. She trusted him and loved him. I would never understand how anybody can be a mother and not believe their child, which is true. I understand that. Because, you know, you want to believe your children. But at the same time, like I told y'all in previous videos, men lie, women lie, and children lie too. Think about that also. But we are in search of what? It starts with a T, the truth. And she continued to goes on to say that I believe my baby no matter what. I don't give a F how nobody feel. You really can't trust nobody around your kids, and it's sad and scary. AF. She loved to abbreviate her words, and we'll get back to that part later on in the video. AF mean as the F word. And she goes on to continue to say that, like, who talks to a child they claim to love like this? I'm disgusted. Now, reading that post and also seeing that picture, you would be heartbroken. And people, when they read that, automatically started accusing this man and also started threatening this man's life. So quite naturally, he's going to delete his Facebook account because he got people coming at him, calling him a pedophile, and also calling him the N-word. Now, just think about this if that was you, and you was innocent, and you wake up one morning, and you're being exposed on Facebook, and you're totally innocent. And I'm not saying that Jaleel Allen is innocent. I'm just saying from his perspective, how would you feel? Because like they always say, especially when I do these stories, you always tell me, Trey, it's always more than one side to the story. So let's hear the other person's side. And the other person is who? Yes, the ex-boyfriend now, because Jaleel, even if you want to go back, ain't no going back now. You got to close that chapter and move on. But let's hear what Jaleel Allen had to say in response. And he goes on to say this. The fact that people really dragging my name through the mud and this the B word who sent the messages to my stepdaughter. And what Jaleel meant by sending the messages to my stepdaughter, he is saying that Tierra Christie, the mom, is sending the messages herself. It is her doing all the texting and typing. That is what he's saying, not me, as you all see. And he goes on to say this. Everybody rocking with this S word like I'm really doing some S word like that to a kid. And I have 2 daughters. Why would I risk everything I built to do some S word like this to any female? I've been had kids, never in their life went through no S word like this with me. I can't wait till the truth is revealed because y'all bugging. The girl we was living with sent these messages to my stepdaughter over a $200,000 PPP loan. And this is what I want to know right there since we're doing some telling today. How in the hell did you all get a $200,000 PPP loan? Y'all must don't know unless you got a business, and I hope you do. The police is locking people up all around this country for those PPP loans because you all know, and I'm not saying that that's the case about this story, those loans, a lot of them was committed in fraud. So the government is coming after all those people. So for your sake and also Tierra Christie's sake, I hope that PPP loan, that $200,000 that is legit because if not, it's going to have to be like MC Hammer. You're going to have to quit. But he goes on to say in closing, in this part that he's written, he said that all of this is over a $200,000 PPP loan that me and Tierra Christie got her for in 2021. Damn, gotta learn how to spell. She used my phone to text these messages. Why would I put my life in danger doing some S word like this? Why would I risk not seeing my kids again over some S word like this? When this S word come to the light, y'all gonna look dumb and stupid. That's what he's saying. So what he's doing is basically professing his innocence. Just like anybody would, that's supposed to be innocent. Even though some people guilty, still try to profess like they're innocent. Even though when the truth come out, you find out they're guilty. So now to the stars of the hour. The star of the hour is what? Those damn text messages. So let's just see what those text messages have to say. And we're going to have to notice the date on those text messages. Let's look at this. And now, family, here's the key part to these text messages. These text messages were sent out February the 19th. Now, if you notice the timestamp, the time that these messages went through, it was 7:49 and also what? 9:08. Now, on February the 19th in Newark, New Jersey, the schools was in. Schools was out what? That Monday. Because that Monday, February the 17th was what? It was President Day. So the kids didn't have to go to school that Monday. But Wednesday, they ass supposed to be in school. So how can Jaleel Allen text your daughter, Tierra Christie, if she's at school? Because unless your daughter was sick, she should have been at school that day. So how can she be in her bedroom if she's supposed to be at school? Unless something else took place. So back to the text message, family. As you all see the text message in front of you all, and it starts off in blue with the stepdaughter saying, yeah. And Jaleel responds back, allegedly, saying, did you ever get head before? And then the stepdaughter allegedly says, why? And now let's stop and think about this for a second. Now, how in the hell do a 10-year-old girl that's supposed to be in the 3rd grade know what head means? Think about that. Like, that's kind of strange, right? Now, it shows that the stepdaughter allegedly texted why. And then Jaleel allegedly responds to the message saying, just asking. The stepdaughter once again says, allegedly, no, because I don't like boys. Notice the abbreviation. Now, did you not hear that word early in the video? Because guess what? Who else love to abbreviate their words when they're texting and typing? The mom do. And sometimes Jaleel. But the mom, you got to notice the pattern. And the text message continued to say, with Jaleel speaking allegedly, saying that getting head is something girls and boys do. It's just when a tongue is going up and down on your Virginia. Virginia what? Slim? And then the stepdaughter responds back allegedly saying, oh, and allegedly Jaleel responds back saying, I'm not trying to get you to like boys. I'm just trying to give you some head so you can know what it feels like. It's just my tongue licking your stuff. Do you want to try? I won't tell anyone if you won't tell anyone. And then it allegedly has Jaleel saying that if you don't like it, I'll stop. Now that's the first message. Let's get to the second message. Now, once again, family, notice this timestamp. It says Wednesday, February the 19th at 9:08 a.m. Now, the stepdaughter is supposed to be in school. So how in the hell is the stepdaughter two places at one time? Because unless she took sick or unless the mom did not let her go to school that day, the stepdaughter should have had her butt in school. So how can Jaleel text from his room to the stepdaughter if the stepdaughter is supposed to be at school? It goes on to say, as you all see, that you want me to lay in there with you or are you fine? That's Jaleel allegedly texting. And then the stepdaughter responds back allegedly saying that I'm fine. Jaleel responds back allegedly saying, okay, I'm just bored. Hate when mommy go to work and I'll be having nothing to do at all. Damn, what you doing? Oh, Lord, reading this message just make my damn head hurt. And then the stepdaughter allegedly responds back saying, watching TikTok, looking for things to do. Jaleel allegedly responds back saying, like fun stuff, the stepdaughter, yeah. And that's the second message, family. Now to the final message. And notice on the phone on the top left, it shows 488 what? Missed messages. So the stepdaughter must be very busy texting other people then, unless this somebody else's phone. But anyway, the text message started out with Jaleel allegedly saying that we only got one life to live, La. Just try it. If you don't like it, I'll leave you alone. Deal? And then it shows the articulate stepdaughter allegedly texting Jaleel back. And boy, she is smart to be in the third grade, ain't she? And as you all see the alleged text message from the stepdaughter, it says, no, I don't want to. Please stop asking me. Just ask mommy. She is an adult. Damn, stepdaughter is very articulate. And then it goes on to say, you can ask mommy when she come back, but not me. That's not appropriate. You're actually making me scared. You see this? And then it goes on to say with Jaleel allegedly. That's why I keep saying the word allegedly, because I'm not trying to say that's him saying it. I'm not trying to say that's the stepdaughter. That's why I'm saying the word allegedly for people who's going to text that before they listen to the whole video. Anyway, it shows Jaleel once again allegedly saying in response, you don't have to be scared of me, La. I won't do anything to you without your permission. You said leave you alone. I will leave you alone. Just delete the messages. And then it shows with the stepdaughter allegedly texting back saying, okay. Then Jaleel at the bottom, as you all see, allegedly saying that, sorry for bothering you. About to just watch porn. And now in closing, I want you all to ask yourself this right here. Do you really believe that's the stepdaddy texting the stepdaughter that? And do you also believe that's the stepdaughter texting the stepdaddy back? Me personally, I find it very hard to believe because unless this girl is super smart, and I'm not saying that she's dumb by a long shot, so let me clarify myself. Unless this girl is very articulate, how the hell does she text like that? Because I know grown-ups who can't even text like that. But think about this in closing, family. Now, once again, I asked you all a question in the beginning of the video. I stated that if you happen to look inside your daughter's phone and you notice messages from your boyfriend or husband or from some other man, what would be the first thing you would do if you have proof and you know it's the proof and nobody's lying? You're going to stand on business and do what? You're going to automatically contact the police department. So Tierra Christie, the mama, why wasn't Newark Police Department informed? Because as you all see in this text message, Jaleel was the one that contacted the police after Tierra Christie accused him of being a pedophile on social media. He contacted the police. And now you would think that the mom would have contacted the police instead of Jaleel, right? But no, Jaleel contacted the police. And they also say that after the story went viral on social media, that's when Tierra Christie contacted the police. And the police is now involved from what I heard. But I feel this way, family. If you're going to accuse somebody of trying to groom your daughter or trying to be a pedophile, you need to have proof and we need to know the truth because there's no way in hell that you can run automatically to social media and bypass the police department. When we started doing that mess, you also got to understand, family, that people accuse people and lie on people every day without any proof. And some of those people be innocent. And once again, I'm not saying that Jaleel is innocent, but he's damn sure fighting to prove he's innocent. Now, once again, I'm going to ask you all this. What would you do in this situation? Would you go to social media or would you go to the police and then go to social media? Because you got to inform the public. But at the same time, ask yourself, do this story make sense? And what child, what third grade child, 10 years old, know how to text that good? And also the timestamp, the dates, because that child should have been in school that Wednesday. Because the last time I checked, as you all see, school was out that Monday, not that Wednesday. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. As more info come out about it, I will keep you all updated. But anyway, if you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.